So, welcome to episode 3 of Let's Chat About It. Already, episode 3. Bearing in
Crazy,
mind
right?
that we've been going through this for like 3 fucking episodes already. Only 2 of which has been made public. And when I say public, I mean one is public, one is for paid subscribers only because it would embarrass the fuck out of me. And now we are on episode 3.
Can we do that again?
Embarrass the fuck out of me?
Yeah, I think we should do that. Yeah.
We're going to because I would like to propose the topic of foot and mouth incidents.
Right. When you
Because-
open your mouth to change feet type of incident?
Yeah. See, I'm one of those people that the only time my foot is not in my mouth is when I take one foot out and put the other one in. And I experienced one of those incidents this weekend. So,
Ooh. And
yeah.
we're still in this weekend, so it's pretty hot off
We're
foot
still
mouth.
in this weekend. Yeah, it's like when I was in high school and I was home for the weekend. I was laying on the couch and my mom goes, "Did you make anyone cry today?" I'm like, "No, but it's only 3:00. I'm still hopeful." So, as we all know, I'm very protective of my dogs. Like super protective. Like you don't even look at my dogs sideways. Like I will smack the white off of your teeth and the taste out of your mouth. I decide to take the girls for a poop. And Miley and Brittany, being the eager, friendly dogs that they are like pulling and they want to get into the lift. Maybe they're excited to go poop or whatever. But as the elevator doors open, there's this gentleman. His size will have nothing to do with this conversation, but he's got like this really shitty little wire-haired dog with him. And this thing just starts barking at Miley and Brittany to the point where he has to pick it up. I'm like, you control your fucking stickless mop. Otherwise, I will make a slipper out of it. And as we get into the lift, he goes, you shouldn't let your dogs just walk ahead of you like that. I'm like, oh, no, we've just been fucking training them to do that because ideally I would want my dog to walk behind me because that is how it goes. But he has this really shitty attitude of us getting into the lift and the dogs walking in first. And I just turned and I looked at him and said, "I'm sorry, do you own the elevator? Do you own the building? Do you make the rules in terms of how I raise my dogs and where my dogs walk in relation to me?" Needless to say, it ended there. And fast forward, this was a while ago, fast forward a little bit, we make friends with this lovely young blonde lady in the building. She's got this very cute little puppy called, no, I won't. Should I mention the dog's name? People are going to figure out. The dog's name is Picasso. Yeah, very cute little puppy. And like super friendly, lovable, everything great. We make friends with her and we're like chatting and talk about dogs and this, that, and the other. And the other day, I get into the lift by myself. And by the other day, I mean like yesterday. I get into the lift by myself, and there is this lovely young lady without her dog, and said gentleman who I had a go at in the elevator. And she goes, "Oh, hey, JP, how's it going?" And I'm very friendly towards her. I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? Great. Lovely to see you. Where's the little one?" So super friendly with her, ignoring him like a fucking stop sign. And she goes, "Oh, no, he's at home. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you've met. This is my husband." I'm like, So I was like super nice to her, super dick to him. Now the two of them are married, and I'm pretty sure they will talk. So a little foot and mouth moment there.
Do they stay in the floors below you or above you?
As far as I know, below me.
Okay, so we don't have to bump into them a lot then.
Hopefully. But I mean, there are only 2 elevators in this entire building.
You're going to eventually have to start taking the stairs. You know this, right?
I'm afraid that my mouth is going to cause that, yes. I'm fully aware that at one point I'm going to have to take the stairs because I can't take the elevator due to the fact that I have chirped everyone in this building shit at
I'm just
some
going to say,
point.
like, Miley and Brittany can probably still go in the lift, but you're going to have to take the stairs.
Sounds about accurate. Sounds about right.
Look, it's only 17 floors. You can do it.
I don't have so much
Time?
faith in myself.
It's like a treadmill, only it's, downstairs. And you actually don't stay in the same place, which is cool.
Yeah. No. Not going to happen. I have a little game for you. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to explain it until this episode airs because I can only do this in post-production. Can you say sigh, name, cuff?
Sign, name, cuff.
Sigh, name, cuff. Can you say it 3 times?
Sign, name, cuff. Sign, name, cuff. Sign, name, cuff.
I'm going to show you in post-production how that works. Anyway, do you want to tell me about like any foot and mouth encounters you've had? Like your best, most embarrassing foot and mouth encounter?
When someone asks me, I do remember this off the top of my head because it was really bad. Really, really, really bad.
Let's chat about it.
I'd probably been working, like, as in working from literally from when I left high school, probably for about, I don't know, 2 years, for a huge telecommunications company, not the one I'm with now. And across the road, so this telecommunications company actually split into 2, and the one became a PTY Limited, and so did the other one. But they used to be
one. Who was it? The yellow one?
No, it was the blue one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when it used to be Post and Telecommunications, and then they split, right? So there used to be a post office across the road from our offices. So it was one of those, I had to do something. I had to get something, like, literally, I'm talking snail mail days, right? Because, I mean, let's be fair, I'm not 25. So
you're 27.
I was sort of, yeah, just turned 27. Thanks. So I had to get something out in the post, and I thought, should I go during lunchtime or should I go now-ish? Because nothing was really happening. I don't think the boss was around. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'm just going to pop out. And it always opened at 8 o'clock. So I was there maybe at about 5 to 8. So I left my office, went across the road, and everyone was standing outside and the doors were closed. So I thought, oh, fuck it. Anyway, so I went to the window of where the doors are, and there was a sticker, a piece of paper plunked there that said, we're only opening at, say, 8:30, whatever, due to staff training. So now I'm standing there, I'm thinking, shit, do I go back to the office or do I just stick it out and wait here? Because that's going to be, so that's what I was thinking. So clearly I was one of very few that read the piece of paper, because a lot of people were getting quite aggressive, standing outside going, this is ridiculous, this is bullshit, it's supposed to open at 8, And I actually said to someone, but if you read the thing on the door, it says that they're doing staff training and they'll be opened at past. I shit you not. And this is it's so not funny. It's really not, because I stood there and I had no words, which is rare, very rare. But this person with the other person being the one with the stick, right, said literally that they took their little stick and said, "Can't you see I'm blind?" Which I didn't. I did not see the stick. I didn't. I mean, there were so many other ways I could have phrased that.
Wait.
Yeah,
Hold
bad.
up. Hold up. Let's recap here. So you went to a post office that was not open at its usual time because they were busy with staff training, and someone was getting aggressive about the fact that the post office was not open at its usual time, and you said to a blind person,
Yes.
"Did you not see the sign saying they are busy with staff training?"
I did. It's not funny. It's not. Like, of all the things I could have said, like, I started with, if you read the sign in the door. Yeah. If you read the sign in the door, which clearly they couldn't. So yeah,
You know what would have
off the top of
been
my head, that
awkward?
is, I swear to God, my worst and most embarrassing moment, I think, in my life.
Well, I mean, look at it this way: you can come across that person in your life again. They're not going to
And
recognize.
they're not
you.
going to remember, right? Not by
No, they're going to
face.
remember. They're just not going to recognize you. Well, this is a one-way ticket to hell.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, they're leaving the gates open until we both get there, which is so cool because we can go beyond these podcasts.
I mean, great. Imagine that. But this kind
Right?
of reminds me of a thing I read online, kind of a dark humor type of thing. And the question was, what is the most fucked up thing you have ever done? And this guy responded and said, I work as a as a nurse in a hospital, and sometimes I leave half-eaten sandwiches in the hands of coma patients just to give their family a bit of hope.
Oh, no, no, no. Even Gigi thought that was wrong. That was wrong. It was so many levels of wrong.
She's gonna go. She's gonna go tell someone now. It's funny.
So Bob has no arms. Okay.
Hey,
Bob has no arms.
Bob has no arms.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Well, it's not Bob. We wanted to go down a dark and twisty road. Let's go.
I went to a paraplegic strip club. This was crawling with.
You know, okay, so I swear to God, this is true story. So a friend of ours in primary school, an amazing guy, really, really, really great sportsman. I'm not going to say what sports or whatever, but anyway, he had a full-on freak accident, which ended his sporting career, and he did end up being a quadriplegic. But his sense of humor, and he actually does motivational speaking as well, but his sense of humor is like next to none. And he makes it super easy for people to not feel uncomfortable around him, right? Because some people are a bit like, hi, like, shame, he's in a wheelchair and, can't really do anything. So I'm not even going to say his name, but I did bump into him years ago, and he was like, yes, but you're still looking good. And I'm like, thanks, man. Because I mean, like, this is someone I'm friends with on Facebook. And yeah, he was as funny now as he was back then. So he says to me, come on, just sit on my knee. I'm like, fuck off. And he goes, come on, let's just do a little strip show for me. Come on. It's not like I'm going to do anything, is it? I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. This is coming from a quadriplegic who literally could not do anything. He just wanted a lap dance. Yeah. And no, just for anyone's interest, I'm not a stripper in any form or a lap dancer of any form. I did think about it at one stage because that is one like tax-free job. And
Yeah, well,
you know the
considering
only thing that stopped me?
getting married.
No, the only thing that stopped me from actually taking that up as a career was the possibility of like swinging around a pole and seeing my dad or my brother or someone I freaking knew, because it would have been one of those, what are you
What the
doing here?
fuck are you
What are
doing
you
here?
doing here?
What are you
Yeah,
doing
so
here?
it was, I shit you not, that is the only reason I never ever, because the money was amazing.
If you were ever to be in that scenario, like you became a stripper and you're swinging around on a pole, and you spot Uncle Brian, your dad, in the audience, somehow I don't think that's gonna get back to your mom, because he sure as fuck not gonna tell her.
Right?
You're not gonna tell her. Oh, imagine how that conversation would go. Mom, I saw dad at a strip club. How do you know?
You see, that is the reason why. Because it would have been, what are you doing here? And it would have been, what are you doing here? Except I would have been
I
the
kind
one
of
dressed up in a little, tassels and shit.
kind of had a
Yeah.
dream of like before I was married, of starting an OnlyFans and all of that, and having all of like my haters and closeted high school bullies pay like $9 a month just to see my junk.
You could have paid off a mortgage, though. I'll be fair.
I
Probably.
probably could have. Also,
Can I
I
touch
was
this
not very
phone and see
popular
why
at
this
school.
is so dark?
Go for it.
It's like really dark. Still dark. Oh, fuck, now it's blurry.
And blurry. You want to touch it again?
You said that with such a smile. Oh my God, how much blurrier.
You
Wow.
look like Humpty Dumpty.
This is why.
It's just
Fuck off. No,
I have a dark humor joke for you.
there's, as opposed to the really fluffy ones you'd normally tell.
Mm. What's the difference between an orphan and an apple?
This is going to be something about being picked, right? It has to be. What?
An apple gets picked.
No, no, that's no, no. Stop. Don't read me anymore. No. I'm gonna tell the mothership.
Tell her.
I'm
She
gonna
would
I'm gonna
probably-
tell the mothership.
Tell her. She's going to laugh.
So on so many levels of wrong.
I asked my wife if sex is a chore to her. She said, not really. Chores makes me feel satisfied afterwards.
Ooh.
Ooh, here's one for the married couples. The wife says, I can't believe you went to a prostitute to have sex. The husband responds, what did you expect? We haven't done anything for months. The wife responds, you didn't tell me you were willing to pay for it.
Oh. 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 Damn.
There's something about the clitoris. I can't quite put my finger on it. I was blessed.
Oh, with blends.
I was blessed. I was blessed with a 9-inch penis. That priest is now in jail. A woman breaks up with a man with a small penis. His friends were amazed he didn't seem hurt or fazed by the breakup. It's okay, he said. I wasn't that into her.
What is the worst thing someone's ever said to you that you haven't had a clap back for?
Have you met me? I'm rarely ever without words.
I know, but there must be one. Really? Never, 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 never.
I don't recall one incident in my life where I did not have a comeback.
So you've been a feisty little bitch since you were, well, since you could talk.
I was a feisty bitch ever since I popped out of the vagine. I mean, I came out of the mothership and I gave the doctor the side eye and went, really? Those scrubs? What is this fucking fluorescent lighting? And really, must it be this shade of... No, I was sassy from like the get-go.
And she still took you home.
She
Aw.
still took me home. Also, I was born, the doctor gave me one look and slapped my mother.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry at that one, to be honest. I don't.
Why? What is the worst thing someone's ever said to you?
No, I had a comeback. I don't think I've also ever stood there and full on, maybe something from you, yes, I've kind of sometimes gone, but I've had a comeback shortly after it. But I think my best one that I ever gave someone, I was dating someone like years ago. Like I was I was probably
You were shit?
19. No,
Huh.
well, I've never been shit, but I was about 19. And he was very openly flirting with this waitress in front of me. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man's got a death wish.
Oh, he did. Hence why that didn't work. But this waitress had said to me, if that was my man, I would have slapped him. And I don't know where it came from, but I said to her, if I thought you were a threat, I would.
Oh, damn.
I know. I don't even know where it came from. Yeah.
Yo, I wonder if how her self-esteem is doing. I could tell you what my worst comeback was. Or not my worst, but like the most savage comeback I've ever had. It was...
Wow, you can actually pick one.
There's actually two. I used to work for a health and wellness brand, a gym, which shall not be mentioned because fuck them. But I had one of the personal trainers permanently come into the sales office and make like gay jokes in my direction. And you know me, I'm good with a gay joke, but make sure it's funny, because if I'm not laughing, we've got a problem. And the one day it was just me and one of the girls in the office, and he goes, oh, so I see it's just the girls today. And I turned around and looked at him. I said to him, you know what the sad thing about that statement is the fact that I am more man than you will ever be and more woman than you will ever get. That was one.
I like that one.
Fast forward a couple of years, I'm working for a big tech company from the US. I was based in South Africa, but working for this company. And we had this one, what you would know, we call them in South Africa like a boich, like a real bro type of guy. And I don't know what particularly about my outfit it was for that day that irked him so much. Probably the fact that it's called an outfit. but we had a company dinner that evening. So I brought my suit along and I was wearing it and was like this, I don't want to say like silver, but like this chrome metallic type of suit on a base of black, as always. And as I walked past their side of the office, I could hear him say to one of the other guys in his team, "Oh my God, look at what he's wearing." At the top of my lungs in an open air office, I said to him, "I'm quite surprised you can even see what I'm wearing, considering the incest in your family has made your eyes so far apart. You're the only person who doesn't need to look left or right before crossing a street. You backwards railway humping trash."
You guys still friends?
No, no, no. Also,
Can
there's
we pause for a moment because this jersey's really, really hot. So can we pause?
take it off.
No, I will. Well, but not going back to the stripper moment.
Take it off.
No, wait. Let me just.
Where's my wallet's laying back there? Hang on.
Look at this. Not even. I don't even have music. I don't even have music. I don't need no music. I can just do it.
Let me just go pick up my $2.
Get a hold too.
Listen, in South Africa, this is 40 rand.
Okay, give it to me. It can go.
That's what she said.
It can go towards my Ethernet cable.
Yeah, there we go. There is a mutual friend you and I have, absolutely lovely person, and you will know who I'm talking about.
I think I already do. Funny enough.
Let's just agree she's lovely.
Yes. No,
Okay.
hundreds. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And we love her. We
do.
But also quite the sassy bitch. So the one day I phoned her and we were doing kind of like a bantering, or like bitching at each other, like throwing insults at one another. And you know she's a little cross-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I don't know where it came from, again, like most things. But without thinking, I said to her, "You're so fucking cross-eyed. When you cry, your tears run down your back."
You know, you know what's the
funny.
worst? Yeah, but that's what you gotta love about her, right? Because her sense of
She
humor is
can roll with
amazing.
the punches. Yeah,
She can dish too.
she can dish it. She can dish it.
The worst is that when you do notice one eye is not quite focused, right?
In the words of
And
Bianca Del Rio, "Bring him over here, both eyes. I'm right here." Man, Pearl Harbor must have fucked you up good.
Problem is, so what you actually do is you think, okay, it's the left eye that I must not look at. So you look away, you talk over there, and then you look back at them and you think, fuck it, it wasn't. It's the right eye. So you got to do it again, and then maybe like go like this and talk, and then come back and think, okay, now this is the one I'm going to stare at. But when they change, because sometimes they do. It's not always just the one that's just standing still. Well, being extra lazy.
See, that's the problem. Whenever I come across someone that is like visibly cross-eyed or something like that, I make a point of it to either look at them like directly here,
Yeah.
because if you look at someone right in between their eyes, like your head and your eye line is focused on them, so it doesn't really make a difference. The second you shift from here to here, in their world, it's like,
Where'd they go?
it's
No, where'd they go?
how How, how, how do you disappear in front of a cross-eyed person?
I don't know.
Turn sideways.
Pop. Do you know how much time I spent on my makeup? And now it's literally running down my face.
We're gonna get cancelled.
I know. I know.
I'm
But
sure
that's why we should laugh
Satan
while we
would find
can.
this. Yeah, I'm sure Satan would find this entertaining.
Babes, that's
We
what
might
took
as
it in.
well. Yeah, we might as well enjoy ourselves right now because we're gonna relive these conversations eventually when we have to reconcile for them.
Do you think it would be like a punishment if Satan himself just kept this on replay? All of our podcasts. Can you imagine?
You know what? I think our podcasts are probably being used as some form of punishment in hell for someone. I'm sure. Hi.
See you soon.
Shout out. See you soon.
Can't wait to meet you in person.
I'm gonna pee.
We'll sign autographs.
I don't think the paper would last long enough. It'll probably just spontaneously combust. I think we really do need to end this episode because I really need to go pee.
You started this shit.
I started it the day I gave you a microphone. You started it when you chose to be friends with me. Nobody had a fucking gun to your head. Yeah, exactly. So I think we should maybe take some listener requests or some listener followers. So what is something embarrassing we want to hear from them? Their most savage comeback or their best foot and mouth moment?
I'm going to go with either or. We'll give them a choice. Yeah.
So if you guys are listening to this, please submit either your best comeback or your most embarrassing foot and mouth moment, like me being rude to a guy in the elevator and then he turns out to be married to one of the girls that lives in the building that we actually really like. Or even worse, pennies asking a blind person if they've read a sign.
Oh, you condensed that one nicely. Yeah. No context whatsoever. Okay, that's cool.
I really need to go pee. As always, my babes, thank you so much for joining us. Be good to your gays and they will be good to you. You have a good day now, okay? Toodles, poodles.